I'm Michelle Makori with your World and National News headlines. Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad reiterating his condemnation of Israel and the U.S. Crowds gathered in Tehran chanting "Death to America" and "Death to Israel," and Ahmadinejad repeated a suggestion that Israeli Jews should be evicted from Israel and be resettled in Europe, Canada or Alaska. The Oracle of Omaha big into candy oil and trash. Berkshire Hathaway increasing stakes in oil producer ExxonMobil and candy maker Nestle. Now, most of the 130,000 residents in Chetmal appear to have heeded government warnings to seek shelter or evacuate. Power is out in the town, trees are down, and damage will be severe. And Peter Sorrentino of Huntington Advisor says watch whether the company is making good on its goal of lowering that number to 30%. PIMCO's Bill Gross is concerned about the impact that stimulus withdrawal will have on the markets. He told Bloomberg Radio that the markets will have to readjust to the absence of their, quote, sugar daddy. To celebrate the Spanish invasion, the Beard Foundation organized a grand gala here at Gustavino. The bill, however, perhaps not so well balanced. Though these drinks do go down smoothly, the price can be a bit tough to swallow, ranging from $150 to over $1,000 per decadent drink. But when it tastes this good, it's worth every penny. The White House has sent out a statement defending Geithner, saying that he has, quote, helped steer the economy back from the brink and rejecting any notion that he should resign. It now appears that there were plenty of red flags and failure for federal agencies to coordinate in regard to Stanford's allegedly corrupt banking empire. No cash bonuses for Goldman execs this year. That is one of several big changes in the way the firm's top 30 managers get paid. The awards will be paid in stock, so-called shares at risk, which will be locked up for a period of 5 years. There has been a decline in European option prices last week, even as the Euro Stoxx 50 posted its worst weekly drop since March. The V-Stocks retreated 8% last week. So, Bernie, this is where it can get interesting. Some analysts say this is a sign of stability and recovery. Others say that the market is just getting used to the turbulence and there is a false optimism out there, and we could be in for a bumpy ride again soon. So fasten your seatbelts, Bernie. Now, McCain has also called for his first presidential debate with Barack Obama on Friday to be suspended so that the two can focus on the financial crisis. Obama is not supporting the idea, saying now is exactly the time that the American people need to hear from their next leader and that he intends to be at that debate. With Coke and Pepsi losing some fizzle, and they've had their share of the U.S. soda market last year dry up a little bit.
I can't tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi. Am I supposed to be able to?
Well, I have to tell you, I have done that blindfold test because I claimed that I could, and I had a Diet Coke and a Diet Pepsi blindfolded and tried them. And I couldn't, but I can tell you, I can discern between different mineral waters. So I can tell the difference between bottled water from Coke or Fiji or Poland Spring or other brands. But, yeah, the Pepsi Coca-Cola one, I failed that test.
You're clearly a different class of woman.
People and dogs have always shared a special bond. Through the ages, they've helped us hunt and farm. They've been our protectors, our status symbols, and, of course, our best chums. So will the cash registers be ringing along with the Christmas bells this season? Perhaps not. Keep in mind that, of course, everything was a relative bargain back in March, and many people missed that bottom, though Buffett did take advantage of the March lows by injecting money in Goldman Sachs. The 950 marks the trend line in the rally of the last 6 weeks, when gold's rally became much stronger. So breaking this trend line may signal a spell of weakness in what many still consider a bull market. Too much bullishness is bad for higher market levels, as it suggests fully invested positions. Now, this makes sense because if everyone is bullish, then that means that most investors are in the market and they don't want to buy on highs. So it stands to reason that demand will go down, and therefore so will the market. Of course, you know the expression, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Well, the recession could turn out to be a pretty good friend to Tiffany's. Some argue that Walmart is in a better position to benefit than a specialty jeweler like Tiffany's. Walmart is actually the largest jewelry seller in the U.S. But come on, Huss, you know that a Tiffany box makes your heart beat faster, and a Walmart box, well, it just doesn't quite do the same for the pulse rate.
Israel's Defense Minister Ehud Barak has called on Prime Minister Ehud Olmert to take a leave of absence or resign as he battles allegations of corruption. Now, the vacancies could deepen what's already the worst commercial property slump in a decade. You'd think that I'm probably in the rural surrounds of somewhere like Manhattan, Kansas. Certainly not Manhattan, New York, but just 25 feet below me are the bustling streets of West Chelsea. I'm on top of the High Line.
So, in the spirit of journalistic credibility, I agreed to sample some of these luxurious concoctions.
Now, Carol, if you think that getting up and doing some yoga or some other form of exercise will help, well, no, not according to the study. It found that there's, in fact, a possible link between vascular disease and early birds who begin the day with vigorous exercise.
So in other words, there's no hope for any of us.
We're all
get
doomed.
up at like 2 and 2:30 in the morning, right?
Exactly. We're all doomed. Get your estates in order.
The bearer of good news, aren't you, Michelle, this morning?
Hurry up and wait. And that is the message from Kellyanne's Steve Fox. He's telling investors don't expect any drama, but you might want to buy Dell now for 2010.
I'm curious who you think the sexiest man alive is. Who do you think?
Well, Zeb, I know who actually was voted the sexiest man alive, but I'm afraid I am going to disagree with the selection of Johnny Depp.
Michelle, you disagree with that?
People magazine, unfortunately, they didn't call me and ask me for my opinion. Personally, the whole swashbuckling pirate thing doesn't really do it for me. But, you know, I don't really rate actors as such hot commodities. I'm more into the sexier politician type. You know who I think is sexy, Zeb?
That's what
Hang
I want
on
to know.
tight.
Tell
This
us.
is going to blow you away. Mitt Romney. Now that's a sexy man. It seems like some American staples are recession-proof. Long live the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. In these down times, a lot of people are forgoing eating out or going to restaurants or buying expensive baked goods. And Smucker's also makes Pillsbury baking mixes and frostings. And Bernie, I have to tell you, I make a mean Pillsbury brownie. It also makes Hungry Jack potatoes, pancakes and syrups, and Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. All of these brands posted fourth quarter volume gains. So it seems like a lot of people are staying in, whipping up some pancakes, throwing in some condensed milk into their muffin mix. And that's really helping Smucker's bottom line. Perhaps not their bottom line, but certainly Smucker's bottom line.
I want to hear more about your Pillsbury creations in the kitchen. What else are you doing?
I'm a big baker. I don't like to cook, Bernie, but I do enjoy baking, and I make a mean carrot cake, fantastic chocolate brownies.
And finally, the world's biggest diamond has been found in South Africa. The diamond weighs about 7,000 carats. To put that in perspective, that's about the size of a soccer ball. It is still uncut, though. A South African newspaper says that the diamond has been taken to a vault in Johannesburg and will be assessed by experts. So, Joe Bastardi, if you're looking for a holiday gift from me, you know where to start shopping. Donatella in Italian means beautiful gift, and she certainly does have a gift for creating sensational restaurants. There's no doubt that this young dining dynamo will savor more sweet success. Michelle Makori, Bloomberg.